Hello, my name is Guadalupe Martinez. This is assignment number 2 for Anatomy and Physiology 2, the dissection of the fetal pig, and we'll go over the skeletal, muscular, nervous, and endocrine systems of the fetal pig. Again, Bio 251, I've got my PPE on, my apron. I just took my eye pro off after I did the dissection of the pig, got my face mask that I'll put on momentarily, gloves on for this. All right, so here I've got my workstation. Okay, I'm just at the computer. Already completed basically the skinning of my fetal pig. It actually took quite a bit of work. I was pretty frustrated with going about it. I made a few cuts a little too deep. Didn't realize the skin was so thin on this pig. I've just got the worksheet to make sure that I hit all the parts that I'm supposed to. All right, so I'll just kind of try to make my way from the top to the bottom of the worksheet. All right, so first off, we have, grab a pointer really quick. Working on the exterior portion, we've got the head, neck, trunk, tail, and determining gender of the pig. If you're able to tell right now, I've got a female pig right there. You can tell by the lack of testes. Next, quite obviously the head region. Okay, you've got the neck region that's covered back here by her ear, but you've got the neck region. All right, then you have the trunk. All right, the trunk of the pig, which is going to run basically from almost kind of from leg to leg, limb to limb. Tail region tucked away back here, and then gender of the pig, which was female. Working on the exterior, the next part, the exterior portion of the pig. All right, so the axal skeleton. Let me zoom out back here. The axal skeleton of the pig is gonna consist of the head, right? The head and the trunk. Okay, so the trunk of the pig. That's gonna be the axal skeleton. Next, working with the vertebral column. Grab them right here. Grab her. Try not to make a big mess, but the vertebral column is going to work all along down. It's a little hard to see right now, but you can kind of see the bumps of the vertebral column right there. Your thoracic cage, right? Your thoracic cage is in this section right here. So basically the rib cage. Let's see if I turn her over. If you can get a little better view on this side, you can kind of see the outline right there. That's going to be the thoracic cage. Good. Whoa. Thoracic cage. Next, appendicular skeletal region. All right, that's going to be basically your appendages. Appendicular, right? So your shoulder blades, the limbs, the pelvis. So shoulder blades, and limbs, all right, of the pig is going to be your appendicular skeleton region. Appendicular is in appendages. All right, awesome. Next, we've got the humerus. All right, the humerus is the upper, there you go, the upper leg bone right here. Upper leg bone, that's going to be your humerus, kind of above the elbow joint, if you will. Next, the femur. All right, the femur is actually in the rear of the pig. So down here in the bottom, you've got the tibula. Okay, so this is the tibula, and then it's connected by the patella here in the front, and then above that is the femur. So the femur will be up here, the patella, and then the tibia down in here. Awesome. And then joint capable of flexion. All right, so both of them. Flexion meaning being able to almost contract, right? Contract the limb. So you've got joint here in the front, and actually a joint back here in the rear where the femur and the tibia are. All right, so that's capable of flexion as well. All right. Next, working at the internal parts, but really you can identify them on the outside as well. The pectoralis major, latissimus dorsi, deltoids, rectus abdominis, transverse abdominis, gluteus medius. All right, so kind of working from the top, pectoralis major. So a little more difficult to see in here, but you can see a little striation right here. This will be the pectoralis major. Awesome, pectoralis major. Working on the back side to the latissimus dorsi. All right, sorry, latissimus dorsi. Let me get my pointer. Get some good light for you. Latissimus dorsi is going to be right here. All right, so right in here, this region right there. Then in front of that, you've got the deltoid. Let's see if we can get a better picture of it on the other side. A little bit better. All right, a little bit better right here. Kind of see the deltoid region right there, and see if we can get a better view of the latissimus dorsi. It's going to be about right here in this region, almost like your lats on the, much like a human working the lat pull downs. Your gluteus medius, all right, your gluteus medius is going to be right here on the pig. Working the other side. Sorry. Yeah, kind of about right here. That's going to be your gluteus minimus. All right, what else am I missing? The transverse abdominis. All right. The transverse, let's get a good picture. Made a few incisions right there that when I was skinning, I was trying not to. All right, your transverse abdominis is kind of your, almost like your side ab muscles. All right, so if you can kind of imagine right in here is where those transverse abdominis is going to be, right here. All right, transverse abdominis, and rectus abdominis will be our last one. All right, so that's going to be on the underbelly of the pig. All right. So this was definitely the region I had the most difficulty in skinning it was. But your rectus abdominis, basically your abdominal rectus muscles, and it's going to be right here in this region. All right, so here and kind of running along the underbelly of the pig right down in here. So you can kind of see the little slight striations right there and up here. All right, awesome. All right, so those were all the muscle, skeletal and muscular parts of the fetal pig. All right, so to answer the questions in the back, did I notice coverings on the spinal cord, and what is it? I didn't exactly notice any particular coverings on the spinal cord. I noticed a bit, I guess a little bit, if you will, of coverings. That's going to be the series of 3 meninges. All right, and then for question number 2, what is the difference? All right, difference between white and gray matter. All right, so white matter is going to be the whitish. All right, whitish nerve tissue of the central nervous system. All right, made up mostly of axons. All right, or myelinated. All right, nerve fibers. And then your gray matter obviously is going to be a grayish, all right, grayish matter composed of nerve cell bodies and dendrites, all right. And so the white matter sends information while the gray matter processes that information. All right, next, the endocrine system of the fetal pig. Explain how insulin regulates glucose levels in the blood. All right, so insulin will signal the liver, muscle, and fat cells to take in the glucose, or that sugar, all right, from the blood. So in essence, it's helping cells absorb glucose, right, reducing blood sugar levels. What is unique about the glands of the endocrine system? To me, I almost consider it like a data stream of our bodies, right? It controls the hormones in our body, produces how much of it's released. Hormones are then released into our bloodstream, all right, to be able to travel to all the other organs and parts of our body. So that's kind of what makes the endocrine system so unique. All right, again, so I'm Guadalupe Martinez, and that concludes my fetal pig dissection. Thanks.